What is good, everyone? This is X, and this is like a short tutorial for the best render settings on Sony Vegas Pro, Adobe After Effects, and Cinema 4D. So I'm gonna start off with Vegas. So I just brought in like a quick 5-second clip. First, what you want to do, especially for Sony Vegas, you right-click here, go to Switches, and disable resample. I already did it, but make sure you disable it, or else it looks really shitty and like you have ghosting going on and distortion, which sucks. So always disable resample and it'll look better. Next, you don't want these black bars at the top and right. So what you're gonna do is, I already made a preset for it, but what you gotta do is basically go in here and just resize it slightly, and that's it, and then the black bars are gone. I already got my own though. Boom. And then for the render settings, I'm going to go up here, and you're going to see all my settings. I'm going to tell you best for YouTube, I guess. So the best one is going to be main concept AVC / AAC, which is MP4, and let's go into the template, and basically depends whatever you're recording with, but 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720, whatever. So you do whatever resolution you want. Frame rate 29.97. Allow source to adjust the frame rate. Field order none. Pixel aspect ratio 1. Make sure you include the video, by the way. Number of reference frames 2. Variable bitrate 14 million for both. Render using CUDA if available. CUDA are like CUDA cores, and that's basically if you have a graphics card that has CUDA cores. If not, then just render using CPU only. Audio, just 48,000 and 128,000. System, make it MP4, not AVC. And project, obviously best, and use project settings and whatnot. And that is it for that. You name whatever it is you want, save it to wherever you want it, and then hit render. Next, I'm going to do After Effects. Alright, here's After Effects. I'm going to drag this to make a new composition. It's the exact same clip. Also has the black bars at the top. Just press S to scale and put 101, and it will do it for both if this chain is here, which means that the ratio will be kept. And so there you go, 101 for both of them, and it should be fine. Now you do Control Shift and /, which will make it render, or you could just go to Composition and click Add to Render Queue. So what I do, I don't actually have a preset for it yet because this is relatively new and I just haven't gotten around to it. So you just click on Lossless. I just put on QuickTime. Make sure the format option is on H.264, and then make sure your audio output is checked. Okay, and that is it. And then just hit render. Now for Cinema 4D, I got a Defy logo going on here. So it's over here. I already have my own render settings over here. Boop. And basically, you output to whatever you want. I right now have it to 1080p. Film aspect will automatically be set because of this, because it's 16 by 9. Frame rate, whatever you want, unless you just want to render an image, it doesn't really matter, but this matters. You just do current frame. Save, you save it to wherever you want. Make sure it's PNG unless there's a background, but PNG is if you want a logo and you don't have a background and you just want it to be blank. So there's that. And for it to work, you need to have alpha channel checked. Multipass and anti-aliasing are not really important, but anti-aliasing I put best. Minimum level 2x2, maximum level 4x4, threshold 10%, and cubic, still image. These you can just copy down. I don't even think I touched them. I think these are just the default ones, but just in case. Stereoscopic I haven't touched. Global illumination. To get it, all you do is go to Effect, and then you'll find it here. It doesn't show up because it's already up here. And I don't think I've actually touched these. I think these are just the default settings. I am not exactly sure, but just copy down these and you should be fine. Ambient occlusion, again, find it in this effect tab. These are just the default settings as well. Object glow, I just have it on because the material I'm using for the gold is has a glow on it, but it doesn't really matter. There's no settings for it. And cell render, I just have it there because sometimes I want to render something as black and white. Also, for intros, which is really good, you put on depth of field, and this you play around with the settings however you want. 5% is just the default. Sometimes I set it up to like 10 if you really want a lot of blur, or if you want no blur at all, just 0, or just take it off altogether, or just very little blur. Then you could set it to 2, 3, 4, or 1% even. But just that. If you don't need depth of field, you don't need it, so you just click that off. So basically, what you really need for the best renders on Cinema 4D are GI, AO, and that's about it. Once you save it and your output is set, then just go to save, type in whatever you want, and then hit this button over here to render, which is the little movie clacker. I'm not exactly sure what the word is, and the one with the little orange square, and that will render it. If you want to just quick preview it, then you could do this one, and this one, if you click it, it'll give you this little plus sign, and then you could render a small region or whatever region you want. These render settings for Cinema 4D will take a long time to do because they're, well, really good. So the more advanced, I wouldn't say advanced, but the more textured your materials are, and the more like the higher quality they are, the longer the render will take. So that is that. And really that's about it. I forgot to say, for After Effects, the colors are better than in Sony Vegas. Here you can see it's slightly grayer. So what I usually do is add in some curves, and if I put on some default right now, what I do is take this one, put it slightly higher for brighter brights, and put this one slightly down for darker darks, which makes it look a lot better. And that is it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this helped out, and yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, before I go, I want to say that if you want to see more tutorials from me, for whatever you want, just comment down below or anything. Message me on Skype if you want. You could find my info on my About page on my YouTube channel, and that's it. So yeah, farewell.